I would like to introduce myself again. My name is pharmacist Abrar Al Fahad. I'm from Kuwait. I'm going to talk about two major terms, quality control and quality assurance. Many people can differentiate between the two terms. It is very important to know the differences since there are many main concepts related to each of these terms. Quality assurance and quality control are two terms that are often used interchangeably. Although similar, there are distinct differences between the two concepts. While some quality assurance and quality control activities are interrelated, the two are defined differently. Typically, quality assurance activities and responsibilities cover virtually all of the quality system in one fashion or another, while quality control is a subset of the quality assurance activities. Also, elements in the quality system might not be specifically covered by quality assurance or quality control activities and responsibilities, but may involve quality assurance and quality control. Both terms are two aspects of quality management. As we see in this figure, that quality control and quality assurance part of each other, and both of them are part of the quality system. Quality assurance can be defined as part of quality management focused on providing confidence that quality requirements will be fulfilled. The confidence provided by quality assurance is twofold: internally to management and externally to customers, governments, agencies, regulators, certifiers, and third parties. Another definition can be that all the planned and systematic activities implemented within the quality system that can be demonstrated to provide confidence that a product or a service will fulfill requirements for quality. Quality control, on the other hand, can be defined as part of quality management focused on fulfilling quality requirements, while quality assurance relates to how a process is performed or how a product is made. Quality control is more the inspection aspect of quality management. Another definition of it is that operational techniques and activities used to fulfill requirements for quality. Industry perspective on quality assurance and quality control. For some service organizations, the concept of quality control may be strange because there is no defined product to inspect and control. The quality assurance function in service organization may not include quality control of the service, but may include quality control of any products involved in providing the service. A service may include products that are document, for example, report, or defined products like units of blood. It may be necessary to control product quality in a service organization to ensure that the service meet customer organization or requirements. Quality assurance, quality control, and inspection. Inspection is another aspect of quality, which is the process of measuring, examining, and testing to gauge one or more characteristics of a product or service and the comparison of these with specified requirements to determine conformity. A product, process, and other results can be inspected to make sure that the object coming off a production line or the service being provided is correct and meets specifications. Quality assurance and audit functions. Auditing is part of the quality assurance function. It is important to ensure quality because it is used to compare actual conditions with requirements and to report those results to management. Also, auditing and inspection are not interchangeable. The auditor may use inspection techniques as an evaluation tool, but the audit should not be involved in carrying out any verification activities leading to the actual acceptance or rejection of product or service. And audit should be involved as well with the evaluation of the process and controls covering the production and verification activities. What is quality assurance in pharmacy? Pharmaceutical quality assurance may be defined as the sum of all activities and responsibilities required to ensure that the medicine that reaches the patient is safe, effective, and acceptable to the patient. An example of that is the quality assurance of aseptic services. Aseptic preparation units in hospital pharmacies prepare a large range of injectable and other sterile products of individual patient use, including additive to infusion solutions and intravenous feeding solution, as well as pre-filled syringes and cytotoxic drug injections. Many of these products have a narrow therapeutic range and carry a very high risk to the patient if they are not made up correctly or if they become contaminated with microorganisms. That's why, in order to minimize risk to patients, whenever possible, these high-risk products should be prepared under pharmacy control in appropriate facilities where risk of contamination risks is known to be reduced. A priority for pharmaceutical quality assurance services is to work closely with these aseptic units to ensure the safety and quality of the product prepared. Quality assurance staff are routinely involved in assisting in the design of facilities and monitoring them using a series of regular environmental and personal monitoring techniques. Also, they are involved in training aseptic unit staff and issue advice and guidance on all aspects of quality assurance in aseptic preparation. They are also involved in quality audit processes. For example, in licensed units, the quality assurance officer is named as the quality controller and has responsibility for releasing all product for use. The continuing direct involvement of quality assurance personnel with aseptic preparation activities is a key future role for the quality assurance service. Quality assurance in pharmacy, mostly supporting safe and quality care. The role of quality assurance is to ensure that pharmacy professionals maintain appropriate skills and knowledge throughout their career. It is meant to be educational and collaborative and benefit both patient and pharmacy professionals. For pharmacists and pharmacy technicians, quality assurance is intended to validate the things they are already doing well, help them identify areas for improvement in their practice in order to better support their patients and support ongoing skill and knowledge development at all levels of their career. What are the standards for quality of pharmaceutical services? Pharmacists have to ensure that the services they are providing to society are of the appropriate quality. Quality care standards are the tools with which to measure the quality of the service provided. Quality care standards should not be viewed as a necessary evil, but as a process that will aid the profession to determine confirmation of the pharmacist's participation in patient care. There are many areas in quality care standards for pharmacy. First area is the setting of the pharmacy. What we mean by setting of pharmacy, for example, the appearance of the pharmacy, accessibility of the pharmacy, window dressing, dispensing area, counseling area, pharmacist consultation area, and staffing. Another area is handling of stock and preparation of medicines. Which involves stock order, storage of stock, maintenance of quality of stock, such as identification of expired items, recalled medications, as well as storage of raw materials. Another important area is the provision of prescription medicines, prescription receipts and patient identification, prescription checking, provision of information on the use of medication, dispensing of medication, all that included in the provision of prescription medicines area. Next area is the interaction with patients, which include the communication skill of pharmacists and pharmacy staff, provision of advice on the safe use of medicines and on the management of disease conditions, also promotion of good health, as well as provision of written information such as labels and leaflets. Another area is documentation systems, which include patient medication profiles, formulary systems, policies, and standard operating procedures, documentation of pharmacist interventions. Also, equipment is one of the important areas, which include the cleanliness and good state of the equipment, routine maintenance and validity, availability of refrigerator, counting devices, and other dispensing equipment. Also, it includes reference drug information systems such as pharmacopoeia. Next is the pharmacotherapy maintaining, which include distributing of health promotion activities, which include distribution of leaflet, display of health promotion advertisement, and participation in health promotion campaigns. Also, one of the major areas is the pharmacotherapy monitoring, which include development of pharmaceutical care plans, patient monitoring, identification of medication-related problems, as well as interaction with prescribers. Another also area include development of continuing educational program, participation in research projects, and as well as participation in continuing professional development activities, those under the research and professional development area. Last area is audits. An example of it, development of quality manuals for the pharmacy system, running audit exercises for service provided, such as self-auditing. Measuring quality. What are quality measures? Quality measures are tools that help us measure or quantify healthcare process outcomes, patient perceptions, and organizational structures and systems that are associated with the ability to provide high quality healthcare that relate to one or more quality goals for healthcare. These goals include effective, safe, efficient, patient-centered, equitable, and timely care. One of these commonly used tools in pharmacy and other departments in the hospital is the indicator. Indicators considered one of the major tools to measure quality of the service and the product. What is indicators? Indicators are standardized evidence-based measures of healthcare quality that can be used with readily available hospital inpatient administrative data to measure and track clinical performance and outcomes. Examples of the safety indicators used to measure the quality of the pharmaceutical service include medication errors, medication reconciliation on admission, as well as zero stock medication. I'm going to go through them very quickly. What is medication error? Medication errors refer to mistakes in prescribing, dispensing, and giving medications. Medication reconciliation refers to the process of avoiding such inadvertent inconsistencies across transitions in care by reviewing the patient's complete medication regimen at the time of admission, transfer, and discharge, and comparing it with the regimen being considered for the new setting of care. Zero drug medication is one of the important indicator in the pharmacy, since many countries suffer from the shortage of medication. So zero drug medication indicator will help us to find issues and solutions to avoid shortage in medications. Defining and characterizing the health indicator being evaluated. How can we do this? By few steps. First, identify the name and definition of the indicator. Second, the purpose and rationale for the indicator, the method of measurement or calculation of the indicator, the data sources such as institution and information system involved for the indicator, the data collection methodology, the frequency of data collection, the levels of data disaggregation, the guidelines for the indicator's interpretation and use, the indicator's strength, limitation, and challenges, additional sources of information, as well as explanatory remarks. Indicators should be measurable, feasible, valid, timely, replicable, sustainable, relevant, and comprehensive. Also, indicators should be stratified by person, place, and time as desired. We have to put in mind that sources of high quality data contribute to the development of high quality indicators. In addition to that, the quality of the sources and the data, the performance of the indicators should measure what is intended to measure. In order to evaluate an indicator, its purpose and attribute must be well defined. This involves more than simply knowing and adequately describing its nominator and dominator. Another major in measuring quality is audit. Audit in healthcare is a process used by health professionals to assess, evaluate, and improve care of patients in a systematic way. Audit measures care in practice against a defined standards. Clinical audit is a quality improvement process that seeks to improve patient care and outcomes through systematic review of care against explicit criteria, where indicated changes are implemented, and furthermore, monitoring is used to confirm improvement in healthcare delivery. An example of audit in pharmacy is patient identification auditing, lookalike soundalike auditing, which we call LASA, control of concentrated electrolytes. The main stages of the clinical audit process are selecting a topic, agreeing standard of best practice, which we call audit criteria, collecting data, analyzing data against standards, feeding back results, discussing possible changes, implementing agreed changes, allowing time for changes to embed before re-auditing, collecting a second set of data, analyzing the re-audit data, feeding back the re-audit result, discussing whether practice has improved. These stages called the audit cycle. Here, the figure shows the audit cycle. This is ongoing process that most departments in the hospitals do it every 6 months. In the pharmacy that I worked on, we do it every 6 months. First, identify audit topic, set the standard, collect data, analyze data, and implement change. We came to the end. In conclusion, applying quality measures in our daily practice help us to minimize the risks and improve the services in which we can achieve good pharmacy practice. And thank you everyone for listening. Any question?
If there is any questions, please put it in the chat or raise your hand.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Ahmed.
Oh, I think I had something in the audio.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Bushra, thank you very much. Dr. Abrar, she put in the chat.
Yeah.
And she's asking if you could share with us an example of quality indicator for outpatient pharmacy. And Dr. Bushra asked if you could share an example for the quality indicator for outpatient pharmacy.
As I said before, there are three major indicators that we are running in our pharmacy every year or every 6 months. 0 stock indicators, medication reconciliation indicators, and as well as, which was the first one, sorry.
The processes, I think. I think it was the processes, maybe.
Medication errors. This is a very important, yes, this is a very important indicator, yeah, to minimize risk of the prescribing errors.
Very good.
That can be applied to the outpatient pharmacy.
Okay, I see. Okay, any other questions from the audience? So probably, Dr. Abrar, when we talk about medication error, sometimes medication error could be potential, but it didn't happen, but it was about to happen. So in such a situation, you recommend also this to be reported?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
If you report it, you can avoid it.
You can avoid it in the future, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you can set policies and rules based on the error that you about, or the errors that are about to occur, to avoid it next time.
Yeah, okay. That's very interesting. Any other question from the audience? Okay. Thank you. Dr. Sayyidu Muhammad, thank you so much. Okay, because I believe the medication error is one of the topics that is quite hot and is quite interesting. Yeah, so you also mentioned, yes.
Dr. Al-Sadiq, he raised his hand. So if you can allow him to talk, or
yes.
shall I allow him?
Yeah, I allow him. But still you are the host, you give him permission.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Dr.
So Dr. Al-Sadiq.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the good evening from Simfa, and thank you, Doctora, for the nice lecture, which is very concentrate and very helpful. Just one comment for the outpatient indicators. One of the very important indicators in the outpatient pharmacy is the waiting time. Waiting time measurement for dispensing of prescriptions, which is reflecting patient satisfaction and customer satisfaction at the final point or exit point for the patient from the hospital. Just as a comment.
Yes, I think it's a good comment, Dr. Al-Sadiq.
Yeah.
I think especially for the outpatient, outpatient pharmacy, I think waiting time is a very important factor.
We can add any indicator. If there is any issue or any point we see it's important, we can conduct indicator or evaluate indicator to manage the issue we have. So indicators is an open topic. Whenever you see a problem, you can evaluate indicator to solve the problem. I just mentioned 3 main indicators that we usually evaluate in our pharmacy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see also you highlighted also about patient-centered in one of the slides. So I believe anything that can improve the quality when we are helping and supporting the patients. So that could include the waiting time, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Sadiq.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
I don't see anything in the chat. So you can write in the chat or raise your hand or write in the Q&A. So you have different options. دكتورة بشرى. دكتورة بشرى, would you please, Mustafa, please give us a chance to talk? Okay.
Dr. Bushra, you can unmute now.
أهلا السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
شكرا للدكتورة أبرار ولكم على تنظيم هذه المحاضرات. أنا بشرى العبثاني من مركز دكتور صالح باوزير للاستشارات بالرياض. فكان عندي سؤال عن المحاضرات اللي تقدمونها يعني خارج محاضرة اليوم عن الأوديت والإنسبكشن إن شاء الله القريبة.
إن شاء الله.
كنت أبغى أعرف هل هي الأوديت والإنسبكشن for الهوسبيتالز أو الفارماسيوتيكال كومبانيز أو إيش or in general راح تكون عن pharmaceutical.
هتبقى in general. Two lectures دول I will give them and it will be in general from quality point of view. We can give examples from pharma company or from hospitals, but it will be more general. Yeah.
تمام, شكرا لكم جميعا.
Dr. Bushra, do you recommend something to be addressed in the coming topics? Also, your feedback and your comments, it will be valuable for us. So if you can give us an advice, it will be great. If you need a specific topic, still Dr. Ahmed with us, and he will prepare it for at that time. So you can ask now.
شكرا. أنا الآن لأني أعمل في مجال التيقظ الدوائي, فهذه التوبكس اللي هي related to الانسبكشن والأوديت والكواليتي, فحسيت هي اللي قريبة من يعني to have a knowledge about it.
لو حضرتك حابة حاجة معينة ممكن دكتور أحمد يحضرها يعني.
Yes, especially في التيقظ الدوائي, it's my experience يعني.
دكتور أنت يعني اشتغلت في مجال التيقظ؟
أنا already I am a PV auditor.
أهلا وسهلا. أنا كيوب بي في مركز الدكتور صالح, يعني نقدم استشارات ودورات وكذلك يعني خدمة الفارماكوفيجيلانس for the companies يعني.
جميل, it's our pleasure يعني we are يعني aligned إن شاء الله. So the examples that I will present, I will give some examples that can also could be related to pharmacovigilance, either a pharma company or a provider or a safety officer in a hospital or in a center, so it could help إن شاء الله. Yeah.
بإذن الله. شكرا لكم جميعا.
شكرا لك دكتورة.
أهلا.
Any other comments or questions?
Yeah. I don't see any. Okay, your last chance, guys. Dr. Abrar is still with us. You can ask her. Okay. So thank you again, Dr. Abrar. We really appreciate your time and your effort and your to the point and concise, focused presentation. And hopefully, inshallah, in the future, we'll have more and more collaboration and interactions so we can learn from your side. Thank you so much.
You are
Mustafa,
welcome.
would you like-
Dr.
Yes.
Abrar, again, on behalf of Selfa and myself, I would like to thank you very much for the efforts and for having you today. And it will be our pleasure if you can attend the rest of the sessions or any sessions coming. Your presence will be at very high value for us. Thank you again. And I would like also to thank all participants and see you all next week at the same time. Dr. Ahmed, I think you started already sending the certificates for previous
Yes.
sessions.
Yes, already 3 certificates already sent for health economics, for
3
business
sessions.
planning.
3 sessions, you mean?
Yeah, three topics.
Okay.
Yeah. And for hostile disaster, still the last one that is finance for non-finance are not sent, so it will be sent in the coming few days.
Very good.
Yeah.
Doc-
And
Dr.
this session will be sent after, inshallah.
Dr. Abrar, do you want to say something before closing?
Yes, I want to thank you all and all the participants. Thanks for listening and attending my lecture. I hope they enjoy it.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. I can see a lot of comments in the chat thanking you. And كل سنة وانتم طيبين بمناسبة رمضان.
Yeah, inshallah. Next week will be the last session before Ramadan, and then we'll have a break until May, inshallah. So we'll continue after feast, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So see you next week, inshallah, the same timing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Abrar. Thank you, Dr. Mustafa. Thank you all the attendees, and good night. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.